The last video, they gonna see me and Phil in for like a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Why you say that?
You're leaving.
But I'm not leaving like next week, 2 weeks.
But you damn near leaving like next month.
Month and a half.
Month and a half, I'm going back to school tomorrow.
So when's the next time you gonna be at?
Probably sometime in March, but that's if I come back before you leave.
Damn, bro.
I probably will.
The loss of P2isthename has sparked an outpouring of grief across social media.
I'm not gonna lie, I never thought I'll be making this video. As y'all know, the situation with my cousin, he passed away March 14th, and it was very, very shocking to me. I remember I was just at school, and I got a call from my brother, and I thought he was joking. You know what I'm saying? Really, you know what I'm saying? I got a call, and I was just like so confused, so random, and I just got the news that he did pass. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all know, a lot of y'all saw on the internet, it's on World Star, Shade Room. Everyone was talking about that day, you know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys showed a lot of love, which I do respect, you know what I'm saying? Thank you all for showing love. I didn't know Phil influenced this much people until I seen all the support and all the love on social media. You guys reached out to YB, I reached out to Tony, I reached out to all of his loved ones, you know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate the support, so I want to thank y'all before I even start the video.
I want to say
appreciate the
RIP to
support,
P2.
appreciate the love. You guys are still
I'm getting a goosebump, bro. Like goosebump. I don't even know how to react.
DMing me, still asking me like when I'm gonna make a video, and here's the video. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all want to know how I feel, how I'm gonna be moving forward, and what's to come. And I'm gonna say I'm not gonna stop doing YouTube. I'm still gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it for P. You know what I'm saying? That's what he will want. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I wanted to get everybody here. You know what I'm saying? Everyone here knows P very well. You know what I'm saying? They all played a very good role in his life. So I felt it was only right to invite everybody here to come for the video. So I appreciate y'all for all coming here for the video. Thank you for using your house to do the video. And I'm kind of studying right now, you know, but I just wanted to go around the room, you know what I'm saying, tell everyone like how y'all felt when the situation happened, what was going through your mind, you know, because everybody wants to know if y'all good too, you know what I'm saying. Y'all always around Phil, they all seen y'all, you know
Nigga,
what
I
I'm saying.
feel
So
sad, bro.
it's
I used
not
to
just
watch that
me,
nigga
you know
when
what
I
I'm
was
saying. It's all
bro.
y'all here too.
Damn. I used to watch that nigga when I first came from Africa. I was a little chick, gang.
I'm pretty sure they all
Crazy.
want to see how y'all all feeling. I know I've been talking for so long, but I'm gonna let YB. You wanna go first? How you felt when the situation happened?
um, when the situation happened, I obviously didn't believe it. I still don't believe it. But Bama reached out to me and told me that he needed to get a hold of P. Um, then multiple people reached out to me, and I didn't believe it. So when the situation happened, I was obviously in shock. Was just talking to him an hour before it happened,
Yeah.
and perfectly fine. You called me, so obviously just I really don't know. It's super. I'm still in shock.
It's very surreal.
Doesn't feel real. I still wake up every day like expecting a phone call. The Warriors won the other night. I kept crying because I kept thinking like I would call P and tell him about the game. I know we would always go back and forth about Bron and Curry, so like.
I feel, bro, man. This giving back, man. Trying to cry too, man. Nigga sad, bro.
But I talk to him almost every day for the last probably 6 years. Morning or night, it didn't matter. We always talk. So it just feels weird waking up, and I always look at my phone just to see if I get a missed call from him. So I think it's like a shock feeling. But yeah, I mean, and that's how I felt in the moment.
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
Is there anything?
No, I mean, like I said, bro. Like honestly, when I heard the news, I remember I was late at school.
Bro, I still don't believe this shit, bro. I still don't believe this shit. I don't know, but yeah, I still don't believe this shit.
I was at school and something was like I just talked to Phil Lilly that day. Like he literally texted me like 1:47 p.m. You know what I'm saying? I opened up the message or whatever. I was like, okay, cool. I seen his story. He was working out. You know what I'm saying? I put the video on the screen.
This is my last day in this freaking building. This is my last day in this freaking building. So yeah, I gotta make the most of it. Let me go downstairs. I got a lot of energy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, Cardi's out to turn me up right now. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like I haven't been listening to Cardi that much recently, but right now it's just the perfect time. It's the perfect time.
How funny you could just. Oh, I don't understand
So
this
let's get to the gym. Let's get a good workout in. Let's get the blood flowing. Let's get to work.
Atlanta, holding this dick. Mirror therapy, Wiggins therapy,
Working out good. He even said this video, this is the best I felt good this morning, you know what I'm saying? Like he literally stated I felt good this morning, you know what I'm saying? So he even recorded him working out, you know, Phil, he works out, but when he's recording working out, that means like he's really feeling it, you know what I'm saying? He had the music going, he had just bought his headphones ready, like he was getting locked in, you know what I'm saying?
To the new Playboy Cardi.
Yeah, Playboy Cardi, you know what I'm saying? So he was really locked in, and it was just so unexpected. Like I said, I got back to the crib, my sister called me, and she was just like, yo, have you spoke to Phil? You know what I'm saying? Just asking me like questions. I'm just like, my sister would never even call me and ask for Phil, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you even ask for Phil? You know what I'm saying? So then I kind of like was kind of thrown off a little bit, but I didn't really want to think much of it because, like I said, I was just coming back from school. I was like, okay, let me just go to my apartment. And then my brother called me and he's just like, are you in a good space right now? And I'm just like, yeah, like, why, what's up? And he's just like, Phil's dead. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm in my head, I can't even believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, he was feeling good this morning. It didn't even make no sense at all. You know what I'm saying? And
I cannot believe that.
yeah, like honestly,
Never gonna believe
like
that.
just thinking about it, it just keeps replaying in my head what my brother said to me on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it doesn't even seem real. I remember I called Tony. I called because I'm in NorCal. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 6 hours away, so the closest people to him is probably like YB and Tony or whatever. So I call Ryan. And I'm just like, yo, like, can you go to Phil? Like, can you check on Phil? I'm thinking he's at the hospital at this point. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that he's probably at the hospital, good, someone taking care of him. I called YB. He said he's crying. I kind of like was like why are you crying, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean? Like this is all a game to me. So now and then kind of before I called Tony, I'm like Tony, like Phil, something's wrong with Phil, something's wrong with Phil. Can you go there now? Tony's like, okay, I'm about to come there. I'm about to pull up. And end the call. I'm over here contemplating this in my room, just trying to call everyone, trying to figure out what's happening. I even call Phil on his phone to see, like, okay, like, if he's at the hospital, a nurse might have his phone so he can just answer the phone, but, oh, yeah, like, sorry, like, your cousin, this is this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm texting him. He's not responding. And then later on, a couple minutes go by, we calling his sister, just trying to make sure, like, just keep her sister aware of the situation. And I call Tony. Tony's finally at the apartment, you know, and I'm just like, Tony, like, why you at the apartment? Like, why you not at a hospital? I was just so angry and confused. And he told me, I remember exact words. He told me, he was just like, bro, his body's still there. And I don't I don't even know how to even think that his body can still be there. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I know Batman sag, because they always used to be the good. This nigga with you.
I was just so confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is his body still even there? And people are just looking at the body. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he even up to see? And they're telling me he's in a mailroom. I'm thinking it's a regular mailroom that he takes when you go into his apartment. It's a regular mailroom. You know what I'm saying? And it turns out he wasn't even in the regular mailroom. So like when y'all think of mailroom to apartment, don't think it's a regular mailroom. You know what I'm saying? They have like an underground mailroom where like they hold bigger packages or bigger bulks of packages. Because he was starting his clothing brand. You already know. Don't mind this. You know what I'm saying? As YB's wearing his shirt right now, he was just getting it started. So when I found out that he was in a different mailroom, I was just like, okay, like I never even seen Phil even go down to this other mailroom. Usually he tells us the person at the front office, can you get my packages? So it just so happened to be where he wanted to go down his own. And just playing the whole situation out, even seeing his story, Macy was with him every single day. You know what I'm saying? Every single time I opened the story, Macy was with him, and it just so happened to be the day where Macy was not with him that he went down by himself. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy the whole way the situation played out. You know what I'm saying? 2 days before, he had a whole conversation with me, telling me how he wants me to continue doing better. Hour conversation with me, and it's like, you know, it was, everything was all leading up. Even as y'all seen, like my last video, I told him, bro, this last video we gonna be in a minute, and not to my knowledge, I didn't know it was gonna be the last video forever. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna see me and Phil in for like a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Why you say that?
You're leaving.
But I'm not leaving like next week, 2 weeks.
But you damn near leaving like next month.
Month and a half.
Month and a half, I'm going back to school tomorrow.
So when's the next time you gonna be at?
Probably sometime in March, but that's if I come back before you leave.
Hey, bro.
I probably will. When I replay the video, it just hit different. Like all the dots just started connecting, and y'all probably still wondering what happened to Phil. We don't even know what happened to Phil. That's the fucked up part. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what happened to him, and I don't think, to be honest, I don't think we'll ever know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put too much details out there, but I don't think we will ever know what happened to Phil, which it sucks because it doesn't give us any remorse on the situation happening. But you know, this is my cousin. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with him, but like, I say my cousin on camera because that's what y'all know him as. But in reality, he's my brother. He's literally like my blood brother. So losing a brother doesn't even seem right. You know what I'm saying? My dad just picked up the table that he gave to me just 2 days after his passing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just all a strange thing of events. You know what I'm saying? But I still kind of like YB said, I still think it's just not even real that this situation even happened. Like, it doesn't even seem real. You know what I'm saying? I still go on my messages. I still see Phil's messages pop up like from 2 weeks ago, and I'm just like, you know, I haven't even pinned, you know what I'm saying, on my messages. So it's like not seeing the text or not being able to call Phil, whatever. It doesn't feel real to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that's someone that you talk to on a daily basis that you don't get to talk to no more. It just ruins your whole routine, your whole schedule. Like, it doesn't even seem real no more. You're so used to doing that one thing, and now that one thing is just gone in an instant. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing I learned from this is really stay true to God. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying for his soul, that he's up in heaven. You know what I'm saying? And I know he's up in heaven, but you know, it's crazy how life can just take you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you think you're so successful, everything is going good, you know what I'm saying? You're having money, you're doing life, you know what I'm saying? And just one moment you're gone, you know what I'm saying? And that shows you that you really need to cherish life, because as much as it's not happening to, I don't know if any of y'all that's watching this lost someone close to you, but once you say, oh yeah, like, I'm sorry for your loss, like, you don't feel the pain until it really happens to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone that used to tell me, oh, I'm sorry for loss, I used to say, oh yeah, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? But when it really happens to you, like when it really truly happens to you, it's something way different that you can't even explain. Like, it's the worst feeling ever. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, just like
I ain't gonna lie, I feel broke, man. Crazy game. This is crazy.
he said, the pain is just something that I would probably never wish this on my worst enemy, bro. Like, I've never lost anyone that's close to me, and I've been fortunate and blessed my whole life to.
That's why I say for Batman, this nigga Tony fam, they always be together. Always together, gang. I know it hurt that nigga too, gang. It really, really hurt shit. It hurt everybody the most.
Kind of get this far without losing anyone that I really, really, cared about. Um, Especially Phil, like the way we met was just so random. Like after college, I had no friends. COVID hit. I was at home, and then my friend Jasmine, she was like, "Hey, yo, come to Black Lives Matter rally with me." And I went out there and I met Jay, and Jay introduced me to Phil. And then since that day, like Phil was like, "Yo, let's do a video." We shot one video, and then since that day, we've been hanging out, talking like damn near every day. And then 2 years ago, he told me to move in with him. He's the reason why I moved out to LA. Like I don't have no family here. I don't have like outside these people in here. Like I don't really hang out with anyone like out here. So me and Phil lived for like a whole year. So that's like my brother. Like we really, really like connected. He understood me. I understood him. We've traveled to different countries. Me, him, Rye, like we've been everywhere. Hawaii, London, Paris. Like we did everything together, you know. And the day I found out, it was kind of it just didn't make sense because it's literally his
Facts,
last.
bro. You're not making no sense, game. What the fuck? You're making sense. I cannot make this shit up, game. This nigga was my hurty though. Feel me? Working out and shit. He did not get sick. Nothing, nigga just died. Game. That's crazy.
Day. So when I got the call, or, you know, when I got the info, I thought it's like, oh, this is a big prank. Like Phil always does pranks. Like
Yeah.
he's trying to go out with a bang, but I'm like, he will never joke like that.
Yeah.
And to me, it's kind of like the way I found out because Phil's cousin CJ, he calls me. He never calls me. Um, like we talk whenever I see him around Phil, but like we don't have like a personal like friendship when he calls me like that. So when I got the call, I kind of knew something was off, and he was asking questions without telling me the details. He was asking questions about you guys and like what's your number, what's Phil's girl's number, and I was like, you can just ask Phil that.
Right.
So that's when I had called you. I was like, yo, he's asking for the numbers. If you can send it. I forgot what I told you, but pretty much I told you what was going on. But that's all I knew. I didn't know if Phil was going at the time. And then you called me. You were like, yo, are you trying to prank me? I'm like, bro, I'm sleeping right now. I'm about to go to work like in an hour. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And you were like, bro, this is Phil died. From that moment, bro, like everything just felt dark. Like it just felt like it was a big dream. And I was like, that don't even sound real. Like Phil is like 26. Like, what do you mean? I talked to him the same day. He spent like an hour just telling me like what, just like he told you, bro, 2 days ago, the day of, like he calls me, and I remember he was talking about Playboy Cardi album because I was at work that night of, so I played the album during my lunch. So I was telling him, like, bro, this shit is fire, bro. You should listen to it. He's like, I bet. He was listening to it, and he was in a group chat with me, him, Jason, and he was like, bro, this is fire, bro. And he liked the song with the weekend, and he was like, all right, bet, I'm about to go to the gym. And I'm thinking, okay, bet, go to the gym, listen to it. I'm gonna go to take a nap, and when I wake up and then going to work, I'm gonna call you and we're gonna talk about it because we talk about everything like music,
Yeah.
sports. It don't matter. Like I'm calling Phil, Phil's calling me. Like but you can attest to it too. Like during the beef with Kendrick, every day, bro. Whenever he came back from work, he'd be like, bro, like why y'all still on the phone, bro? Like we talking for hours and hours. So when I had got the call, like it didn't feel real. And then I called everybody. I called Ryan. I'm like, bro, right, you have the location. What's going on? And I'm texting Phil. At this time, his phone is going through. And we have this thing where we always say like, if we joking with each other and we say on God. And like, if you're not really joking, you be like, alright, I'm joking. But like, if you're joking, like you're like, on God, bro, like it's a joke. But whenever we say on God, that's like the joke is done. So I text him. I'm like, bro, say on God. And I'm waiting, bro. Like that shit doesn't pop up. I'm like, bro, this shit said delivered. I'm like, what is Phil will never joke like that. He would never take that far. So immediately I just got in my car, and then you called me, and then I was like telling you what happened. But at this point, I don't even know the details. I don't even know that he was in the mailroom. I just knew they told me he's still at the place. So I drove. When I got there, I knew it was real when I seen the cop car was still there. And I'm like, what do you mean he's in the mailroom? Like, I've never seen Phil use this mailroom. I've never, like, I didn't even know there was a mailroom there like that.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, he probably went there one time when I was with him. And, like, we never really, like, that wasn't the thing. Like, you don't go to that mailroom.
Yeah.
So I was like, why is it down here? And they still won't let us, know what's going on or tell us any details. They just wanted for his dad to get there. So it took, like, what, probably 2 hours.
About like two hours for sure.
2 hours before we knew what was going on. So that whole time it was just I'm calling my brother, I'm calling my mom, I'm calling like, cause my mom like she never really knew what I did with YouTube or content, but she knew Phil was like the person that I was doing it with and the person that was trying to help me, and so my mom always asked me about Phil and like always checked up on him. So when I had told her, you know, that's really when it hit me because my mom started crying. I'm like, bro, I've never seen my mom cry to me like this. And then from that day, it's been kind of like dark. It's been kind of like honestly, it's been tough. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like me and Phil talk every day. Like it didn't matter what it was. We talk about everything. And I was supposed to come to Atlanta for like damn near like a week and just kick it with him after he moved over there. And yeah, it's been really um unreal, really. Like it just like every month, like everything that happened, I'm taking my phone. I still send him memes and like
Me too.
TikToks and reels, and then sometimes I do it subconsciously. I'm like, oh, he think this shit is funny, but then I'm like, oh, he can't even respond to it because you know he's not here, and then it's like the thing that gets to me is like I can't talk to him again. You know, like the day of, like when he called me on the phone, he hung the phone up by saying, "I'll see you soon," you know, because that's how we always like, "All right, I'll see you soon," because we don't go like a week without seeing each other, you know. He might be busy, I might be busy, but we always like maybe go to get food or go grab a drink or just kicking and doing videos, just whatever, you know. And just knowing that I can have that moments with him is what
Shit,
really
my
like
dog,
every time he
man.
plays back in my head, it really gets to me, you know. But I just think like at this point, like I can't. It's almost impossible for me to cry anymore. But I've been crying. I know it doesn't seem like it because I might not be posting it or telling anyone about it. But whenever I'm alone, man, it gets to me, bro. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like did they?
Oh, a Colorado order? Ethan, you're officially on our favorite orders to pack list. Here's your mocha, 2 coconut caramel.
From the day it happened to like maybe 2 3 days after, I couldn't even sleep properly, bro. Like whenever I went to bed, it just didn't seem right. Like I can't get rest knowing that my brother's gone. And yeah, like I just know what he would want for us is just he gave us the blueprint. You know, Phil was somebody that helped everyone in this room in some way. He touched everybody like in a positive way. Like you know, if you came around him, he never made you feel weird. He never made you feel less than him. You know, and even though he had the money, the success, like he always looked at us as brothers and sisters. You know, and you know like a girlfriend, right? So he never really was a stranger to us, you know.
Yeah.
And
very humble.
Very humble. He's the most humble guy I know at his status, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
like it just hurts knowing that happened to him. You know, it's like there's so many bad people out here that are just, you know, just dickheads, bro. Just living life, just doing stupid shit. And somebody that just figured it out. You know, we found God this year. Me and him, right? We started going to church. You know, Nessie introduced us to his church, and we started going every Sunday. And Phil was more excited than me. Like he would, you know, be more excited to talk about, oh, I'm going to church on Sunday. And then, you know, that's something we did every Sunday. And just knowing that when we were trying to figure it out, you know, he about to move out from LA, had his brand doing amazing, you know, and it's just, life is just unpredictable, you know. And I think the lesson is just to
Right.
really enjoy the moments that you have with the people that you love and people that love you while you can, because you never know, you know. Don't take nothing for granted. And yeah, that's all I have right now. Really, just keep going. Take the blueprint he gave us, and make sure his legacy, his name, just keeps going.
Lives on forever for sure. You guys kind of already know like the story of how everyone started finding out. Obviously, Phil's cousin was the first to find out because he was on his emergency contact list at his apartment. So I got hit up by Tony asking for Macy's number, and I'm asking him like, why you want Macy's number, bro? Like, go ask Phil.
Right.
Like, you want to ask for this girl's number? Like, it's kind of out of pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, go hit him up. And so next thing you know, Phil's cousins is calling me and he's texting me saying like, yo, can I get Macy's number? There's an emergency. So he calls me. He's like, yo, I need Macy's number. It's an emergency. Phil's missing. I'm like, Phil's missing. Like, what do you? Like,
That's what
you
she told me
mean?
too, bro. Like, that don't make no sense.
Honestly, like, and I understand like where his cousin was going through at the time, especially now that we're here at this moment. Like, his cousin is a brave man. I want to say that he has a lot of heart, and he really took all. Yeah, he held it down. He took all this in and tried to keep us all calm
And safe.
and safe, and like just making sure that we all in a good space. You know, it was even hard for him to try to retain that information and let everyone know. Like, just think about being the first person to know that your family member is gone, and you have to go tell his dad. You have to go tell his close friends, his cousins. Like, you have to go tell everyone. Like, it's hard. It's very hard, but he hit me up, let me know that he was missing, and I immediately hung up and called his girlfriend, and like told her that like, hey, like Phil's missing. I was like, did you talk to him today? And she was like, yeah, I was just on the phone with him not too long ago. She said I will call you. No, she said I'm gonna call him, and I was like, all right, well, call him and call me back. She never called me back, so already I'm getting like red flags in my head, like she didn't even call me back. That's not her. I immediately just start blowing her phone up, and she answered the phones and tells me that her cousin told him that he passed away. So Phil, where I live at right now, Phil doesn't stay too far from me. So like I immediately just rushed to his crib, his apartment, and I was the first one up there out of all of us here. His cousin was already up there, so I talked to his cousin, and the police officers are in the lobby, and he just told me the news about how he passed in the mailroom, just like they said too. Like we don't know what happened to Phil, and I hope everyone could understand and take this video to heart. Like we're not trying to withhold information. Please don't listen to the blogs out there. They don't know what they're talking about, and just if you're gonna hear from what happened, you'll hear from the source, which is Dom. Like he'll let you guys know what happened. But overall, like I don't even want to talk about it like that for real, just cause like it hurts. You know, we gonna deal with it day
Unbelievable, you know.
by day. I'm still, you know, I can't process it, everything, you know, cause he did everything for us, bro. Like I remember when I met Phil for like the first time. I was in high school. Me and Phil went to high school together. We was in chemistry class, and Phil, at this time he was playing football. If y'all didn't know, Phil was a good athlete. He was really good. I know some of these videos, it look like he can't shoot a basketball, but like he was a good athlete, bro. He was a good athlete. So I was talking to him in class, and he was like, bro, I'm thinking about quitting football and starting my clothing brand. Now, this was his first clothing brand. It's not Don't Mind Us. It was actually called Wally Co. He was pushing that all through high school. And he was like, man, I'm about to quit football and start this brand. I'm like, well, bro, if you want to do it, like, do it. But, you know, and have confidence with it. But that's the thing about him, bro. Like, I'm telling him something that he's like, that was already in him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Phil already had confidence in him when he quit playing football and started pursuing his clothing brand. Then that led on to doing YouTube. And then now y'all see how big of a YouTube star he is. Like, he's big in the game. He's getting a lot of love, like, from everyone. He works with plenty of people. So you could just show that, it shows that he has, like, a big impact on his community. And we appreciate all the love that you guys have been giving. Like, you know, it's hard to process, but we really do appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You guys being there for us. Continue to, you know, keep his name alive. He's not, you know, Phil's looking down on us right now, knowing that we got a job to do. And my job is to, you know, stay consistent and push myself to my limits to be the best I can. You know, Phil always showed that he was the best at what he could do with anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, he took a risk and he made the best out of it and succeeded. You know what I'm saying? He definitely was the blueprint for all of us. And I want y'all to, like, just know that, like, bro loved all of us, man. Like, he really did love and care about us. He wanted the best for all of us, and we just gotta keep that going. You know, we can't, you know, be in a gray area. We need to make sure that we know what we want to do and hit it hard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, Leo basically, hi, Macy slash Jordan. Leo already basically told what happened, but yeah, he called me first, and then CJ called me, and I was like, hey, CJ, what's up? Same thing with Tony. I don't really talk to him that much, besides like when we see each other. And so then CJ was like, I said, oh, Leo wants me to merge him in. Can I merge him? He was like, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. And I'm like, what happened? And he was like, he's missing. And I was just like, okay, let's go find him then. Like, what do you mean? And I was like, I know Ryan had his location. Like, how is he missing? And he was like, when's the last time you talked to him? And I was like, I talked to him at like 1:27. And then he was like, oh, they said he collapsed. And I'm like, what do you mean he collapsed? And he was like, and I'm just like pressing him with questions. He's like, I'm not gonna lie, they gave me a time of death. And I was just like, I was same thing with Don. Like, I'm like, how is he not at the hospital? Like, what do you mean he's still at the apartment? He's like, I'm on my way to the apartment. So I just blacked out and drove to the apartment. I don't even know how I made it to the apartment. But yeah, Leo was already there. And then when we got there, it was just, cause and on the way I called my friend. She lives nearby, and I'm like, "Can you go to the lobby?" Cause I thought CJ was pranking me. Like he's pranked me before, never this serious. But I was like, okay, this is a prank. Like,
Yeah.
and it's so funny because before CJ called me, earlier in the day, I called Phil, and he always has his phone. He always answers the phone. If not, it's like within 5-10 minutes. Like he's never.
He gonna answer the phone for you.
Yeah, he always answers the phone. So I called him at like 2 o'clock, and he didn't answer. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then like around 3:15, I called him again. And I called him again because I'm like, why are you not answering? Like I'm getting an attitude. And I call his work phone, he's not answering. And then that's 2 minutes later. Then that's when CJ called me and said he's missing. So then I called my friend. I was like, can you go to the lobby, please, and go see what's going on? Because I'm like, this has got to be some sort of prank. And then I didn't hear from her. And then she came down, met me in the lobby, and then I see the police and everyone's there, and everyone's just like sitting there. And I'm just like, I didn't compute to me that his body was still down there. So I'm like, why are we here? Why are we not at the hospital? Like, I'm getting annoyed. And then when we went downstairs, it was just.
It's all good. It's tough, man. It's hard. Like, sometimes it's not gonna be easy, guys. It's not. It's not. It's not.
Tell you, Chad, yo, make sure you check up on your loved one, fool. Up on your loved one, bro. Because you don't know when the motherfucker gonna die. Tell you, stop arguing for some. Stop arguing for over like. Stop arguing over dumb shit. Shit, shit that do not make no sense, game. Watch out, game. You don't know what the fuck gonna happen.
I think that's also the worst thing. Like we saw him just, laying there.
Yeah.
Like I've seen him sleep so many times when we lived together, and I would wake him up, like, yo, wake up.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling him, like, bro, get up. They about to take your body, bro. Like. But I'm still trying to like. I'm literally talking to him, like, bro, wake the fuck up. And he just laying there, looks good, nothing wrong. Like
That's the thing, bro. Like
Traumatizing.
when you just there and you just see like your good friend, bro, just not there. It's just like, and like I said, we don't know what happened, bro. You know what I'm saying? They say he collapsed, but we don't know how he collapsed. You know, it's just weird. That was his last day in that apartment. Like it was so many things that.
Nothing's. I don't believe in coincidence. I just feel like it was his time. But it was that was just a terrible 0 out of 10 experience.
Yeah.
And the medical examiner kept, did he do drugs? Does he drink a lot? What did he do today? Is he taking? I said no. He was perfectly healthy.
That's right.
Perfectly fine.
yeah,
He was like,
mad
I
at
can
him,
tell
like,
he
bro,
works
why
out,
would
like he
you
looks
ask that?
healthy.
That's all I'm saying. He didn't do no
Perfectly
drugs.
fine, man.
He don't smoke.
And I would have came back by now if he did.
Like he don't smoke. He don't do
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah, that was his time, though. I ain't gonna lie, that was his time. That was his time, game.
He barely drinks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, he's extreme lightweight.
yeah, so we know he's a healthy man. You know what I'm saying?
He's healthy, man. I literally seen him the night before he passed. I was about to go home. I left the studio. I was about to go home. I don't know. Something just was like, yo, just pull up on P. Like he leaves tomorrow. He moves. Like don't even deal with the headache because I had shoes at his house that I needed to pick up. I was like, hey, bro, I'm about to pull up, pick up the shoes. Let me just take this detour. I pulled up. I couldn't find him. I seen his location. His Cybertruck was getting shipped. I see a big Cybertruck in the middle of the street stopping traffic, and he's like directing traffic. I'm like, hold on. So I pull up to the side of the street, right in the middle of the street. So I pull up to the side. I hit my emergencies, and I just wait for him to take care of business. I've always tried to help P. as much as I can for little things, situations. And you know, I'm seeing him, he's stressing out, like my Cybertruck. I don't want to post a picture of my Cybertruck. Like, what if someone notices it when it's going to Atlanta? You know, they might take it. I was like, oh, don't worry about it. It's good. He was perfectly fine. We just talked about basketball. And then I went home.
That's a basketball.
Dapped me up.
Dude, right there.
Went down the elevator like he always does. All right, bro, we're going to talk. We ended up talking the next day. I think the biggest thing that bothers me is I've always helped Phil with everything as much as I can, and he's obviously helped me with everything, changed my life. I think the hardest thing for me is knowing that his last moment, you know, I wasn't there to help him. I knew if I was.
You, my brother.
I just knew. I spent every day with him. Almost every day. I spent more time with him than my actual family. So, I know it just bothers me that
He was a bad man.
I was with him every day that whole past week. That Thursday was like the first day I wasn't at his house that night, and I was helping him pack. He was so excited. But that's been eating me up because I know I would have went downstairs with him to that mailroom, and the fact that no one found him for so long, it's really hard to like not be like, well, dang, if I was there, it would be like a different outcome. Cause that's
Bro, I hope they be still friends, bro. I hope, bro. I hope they be still cool, man. Feel me? Cause PT is dead. That does not mean the people gonna fall out. I just be cool and shit. Bobby, feel me?
that's been eating me up. Like,
yeah.
I wish I was there.
Yeah, for sure. That's like the main thing that bothers me the most. You know?
If y'all don't know, Ryby was definitely Phil's right hand man. You guys also, you know, seen him, you know, shoot his videos and also getting a lot of content. But he did help with like a lot behind the scenes, especially with Don't Mind Us. Um, it's hard, guys. Like, you know, these are real life. We are real people. You know, these are real scenarios. And what Don was saying earlier, like, you don't know when it's gonna be your last time on this earth, and you don't take it for granted. We want everybody to keep your head up. We gonna keep this legacy going on for P, man. You know, he wouldn't want us to waver not one bit. So, Nancy, you wanna say a couple things?
So the day was my birthday, and my dad picked me up at school. We were both hyped, excited to celebrate the day, and he asked me, "Do you want to go get food?" I'm like, "Sure." So we go to get food, and then we're about to reach the spot, and then Tony calls my dad and says, like, my dad says, "Do you wanna like talk in private?" Tony was like, "Yeah, put it on, put it on private." So then Tony tells my dad basically, and then after I heard a little bit of what Tony said, I'm like, "Is this really true?" And then my dad was like, what, like just in shock, like he was about to start crying, and I'm in disbelief, and I'm like, that just ruined my whole appetite, and I was about to start crying also. And then we started thinking that Tony was trolling, because if this was a prank, this would have been the best prank ever. But I'm like, why would Tony be trolling about this? Why would he want to make a video about something this serious? So me and my dad were just thinking, we're like, no way this could be true. We were in disbelief, and we really hoped it was a prank, because P2 helped me and my dad obviously a lot, and he helped all the people around him a lot, giving everyone a good opportunity in life. So after we eat, we come home at night in disbelief again. Then we see Tony, and then we go up to Tony and like, like we're just I start asking him a bunch of questions, and then my dad and Tony had a conversation. And when I went to sleep, I'm like, it was crazy just knowing one of all of our friends passed away, and it was on my birthday. So it just gave me an idea. You never know how much time you have with someone, because like in an instant they could be gone. So that.
Yo, little nigga smart as hell. Little nigga smart as hell. Man, bro, I ain't gonna lie, when I was this low, bro, I was a mechanic, bro. To play sale game. How could I be explain like this same shit? Bro, how could I even talk? Tell me up.
Just taught me and gave me a mindset to appreciate who I'm surrounded with and who I love the most, because you never know when your last chance to say I love you or goodbye is. So my dad tells me to be a pleasure to be around, because like P2, he was definitely a pleasure to be around.
Legendary.
He was a legendary person. He was a one in a lifetime person.
For sure.
You can only meet one of those people in a lifetime, and P2 was definitely the person. So
No,
I remember watching
it's
that video,
crazy
bro.
because I think like everyone says, like one moment can like define like kind of your days moving forward. And you know, there's days I wake up and you know I'll be thinking about P, or I'll go to sleep and I'll think about P. During the day you gotta get distracted, but it's tough, man, knowing that somebody of that like close to you, somebody with that type of personality, somebody who's that good, and just like good all around. You know, P had nothing but good energy anytime he came around. P wanted the best for all of his friends and family. He loved his YouTube community. He loved the people who was around. Like, it's certain people that you meet, like, and you like, I can't say one bad thing about P, and you know, he's an inspiration for.
Yo, this picture tough, dude.
I can't say one bad thing about P, and
This picture tough, man.
and you know, he's an inspiration for a lot of us. And it's like, you know, to see a man, you know, kind of go through his life, accomplish all his goals, and you know, even turn back to accomplish goals that he had in high school with Domandas and Rabi, and kind of like close those chapters. And like to see like he was like kind of like in an expansion state. Like he's like, yo, I want to go to Atlanta and take off and do bigger things. But just to see like a young man so young and accomplish all his goals, and the coincidences of everything, you know, him being like, this is my last, you know, his YouTube video was like, my last time in Los Angeles, my last day here. And, you know, I think it's like a bigger message to a lot of us that, you know, life is so precious. Like this, anything can happen in it. And, you know, his impact is like stuck with us forever. And I think his, you know, his want is just his name stay, like live forever, and for us to kind of live like him and live, you know,
to be like him.
Yeah, because he was just a joy, a pleasure to be around, a good person, good, kind-hearted person. And you know, it's crazy. You know, you wake up days and you're like, why? You know, you have that question of why, and you just hope. Like I still hope like it's just a nightmare. Like, you know, sometimes I have terrible dreams, and you know, you wake up. You know, and I'm really hoping like,
this
you know,
is the terrible dream.
Yeah, and so it's rough on us all. And I think the best thing we could all do is just keep his name alive and like, you know, really champion him and understand what he did to the YouTube community, like, you know, for us as friends, but for black creators and like everybody to continue to bring his name up, because, you know, if we can do that for him, you know, I think that's his ultimate wish, you know, for us to feel his impact. And yeah, man, I pray for his family, pray for his soul, and, you know, pray for all of us here. So
it's crazy because he was getting closer to God. Like he came to church every single week after we introduced him. Every single week he came into church.
Him and Rob B were always excited. They'd be like, yo, where we go what time we be here.
So we go to church, man.
We go to church every
first Sunday of the year, man. We missed one Sunday because it was Super Bowl Sunday. Only Sunday we missed was Super Bowl Sunday. So.
And it's just so coincidental, you know. He's getting close to God and all these things. It's just, you know, plays in your mind. And but P's an exceptional dude. Like he's like a role model. Like, look at what he's done for like the next generation of kids. He doesn't even know his impact. Like, I think he knows, but my son looked up to P, and he helped my son so much, and so that's like my heart. You touching my heart as well, and so P's a worldwide figure, and lifelong figure. Like as I said, a once in a lifetime type of friend that you come across. So I'm very appreciative, and pray for him and all of us here.
Yeah, man. A lot of, just want to clear, a lot of world star, I don't know what the fuck world star was doing. Posts is talking about his mother confirmed it. His mother been passed. Y'all
That's
know,
bullshit,
y'all all true fans. All that go on YouTube, all the speculations, foul play,
and clickbaiting too.
Clickbaiting, all
That's
these
what it is.
third party, before obviously since Peach situation, like when I see all these stuff online, like sometimes I believe it, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, like when it really happens to you, you really see everything now, you know what I'm saying? And it's like it changes your whole perspective, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? His mother passed way before that, you know what I'm saying? Way before, years before. So, you know what I'm saying? Good thing he's up there with his mother now. I'm praying for his dad, you know what I'm saying? Having to have a family and to lose your wife, you know what I'm saying, then lose your son is just, I don't even know how to react like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's really something that you really just got to think about, you know what I'm saying? I just hope you guys all have your prayers out to his dad, most importantly, because it's like at the end of the day, he's by himself now, you know what I'm saying? His other daughter's in a different state, his other son's in a different state, you know what I'm saying? He's in the whole house by himself now, you know what I'm saying? So to be someone that just in the house by yourself and don't even know the reason to why you're in the house by yourself is one thing, you know what I'm saying? Second thing, losing both like your family members is another thing. So, I really pray for his dad. His Phil's funeral is coming up soon. Obviously, I'm not gonna disclose the dates, but it's coming up soon. I know I haven't been posting on Instagram. I'll start posting. I just need some time to have it myself. You know what I'm saying? And really think about what just happened, because like we all said, like it really doesn't feel real. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's the only way I'm gonna believe it, bro. If we see the funeral. See the funeral, bro. That's the only way Batman gonna believe this shit.
We go out here today, sleep, wake up the next day, and we think the same thing. Like, dang, like Phil's really gone. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to believe because, like I said, this is all someone that we all talk to on a daily day basis. You know what I'm saying? As YB said, let me just make this trip to Phil's house. You know what I'm saying? Like, just situations like that is just, the fact that we can just. It's not even someone that we just gotta like, okay, like you want to hang out, like no, it's just what we doing today. You know what I'm saying? So
whenever, bro, you can pull up, bro.
Whenever, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't gotta make plans in advance. It's just you want to go here now, let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't that type of person to like push his friends away.
If anything, he wanted to hang out.
Yeah,
because he's always alone. So
you would think of his status, because like his status, he's a big person in the game. So you're not gonna wanna.
He loves working, man.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. No matter where we were, we'll be in Atlanta, 2 a.m. We were just in Atlanta like a couple months ago. It was 3 in the morning. Both of us couldn't sleep. We're in the living room, plotting ideas. Man, how can we get the brand on this influencer? Man, we gotta do something for this. So I want to say to his fans, man, he's working for you guys, 100% all the way through.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make sure, you know what I'm saying, we're all gonna make sure, but definitely part of the brand, just definitely give us time. Give me time. I got a lot of things I have to figure out, but this ain't going nowhere. The legacy will always continue. He loved this brand. This was just an idea that we started in September. And I know what my job is that he would want me to do for the brand. So I just appreciate all the DMs, all the messages. You just gotta give me time, give obviously the family time, and we're gonna make sure it's done right, because I know that's what people want for each and every one of us. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. You gotta keep it going. The brand, like YB said, it's not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It just needs time. Obviously, Phil had all the details, all the credentials and stuff like that. So we also need to get that back. And like I said, we're his closest friends. You know what I'm saying? So we're not really his family. So his family's a whole different situation. So we don't want to obviously push the family into stuff that they're not ready for.
It's too early.
So
100%.
yeah, so we got to give Phil's family some time too. I know y'all might think I'm his cousin, dude. Like it's he has his own family, his blood family by himself, you know. So you gotta give them time. Like I said, I appreciate all the support, everyone. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, when it happened, I didn't think it was gonna go this big. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was just gonna be like
His
little
impact is insane.
You know, so his impact was insane. All the biggest influencers, you know what I'm saying? All of them pay their respect. You know what I'm saying? I salute to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Even the influencers that you wouldn't even think that didn't watch Phil, they did watch Phil. You know what I'm saying? So I know.
It's so crazy, bro. I saw that it's like Speed or something like that.
Yeah, Speed, Kai, Aiden, everyone. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I know Phil was just looking like, dang, like, okay,
I know he's so like,
bro.
Tripping, man.
You know what he's saying?
Like, hey, man, look,
nah, but that boy
is tripping, man, for sure.
Cause like he didn't know how loved he was, you know. Like this new generation is, cause Phil been around since what 2017, 2018.
Yeah, bro.
So he's seen every wave come and go. So for him, like he always had this doubt that, you know, people didn't really care for him like they did, and it's like knowing that the love came after he was gone was just kind of, that hurt me a little bit, because I know Phil was always, you know, not that he was seeking validation, but it's always good to be told, yo, you inspired me, bro. Like, yo, I watched you when I was a kid, but I think for him getting the love, regardless, is still a blessing, bro.
Yeah. I think you know too though. I feel like he got the love from us. I feel like we all gave Phil his flowers before it was time before he left. So like, I think you know that mean the most to him. Then you know people. Not saying like it don't mean that, but I'm just, you guys know what I'm saying. So, like,
for sure. Yeah, he had fans everywhere, man.
Yeah, fans everywhere, bro.
We'll be in Paris, London, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. P2.
Bro, remember like street when we got in a fight in London?
Yes.
And then the guy that was trying to rob us is kind of like a Phil's fan, bro. Like,
so it's like,
bro, we was in London, bro. Like, we was in London. We made the wrong turn because we were just walking around, and this dude was trying to like, I don't know if he was trying to rob us or whatever. And he comes up to us and he's like, "Oh, P2." I was like, "Thank God, bro."
You can see go
fans everywhere, man. New York. I went with him to New Jersey, New York. Fans, freaking. We went to
Nigeria.
Yeah, he went everywhere, man.
Batman got fan in Africa too, bro.
London, Atlanta.
Bro, so I ain't gonna lie, when I first came from Africa, bro, I started watching that nigga, bro. Because this nigga Dumbo was a dickhead nigga game. I still watch that video game. It's crazy to me. Crazy.
He had a lot of love, man. That's why his plan was to move out there, because the love, you could really feel it more in Atlanta. It just felt like the Southern hospitality, man. You just felt it.
Yeah.
So
you feel like
that's why his goal is next. You know, he would always kind of contemplate like, am I falling off? I'll be like, bro, you just about to hit another gear.
Yeah.
Just trust the process. Go take your time, focus, and like his brain never stopped, man. He always was like, what's the next plan? What can I do next?
Even when he had self-doubt, he still had the confidence in him to
100%.
You know, make the next move.
That boy got a head transplant. He made so much money out of that. Like, that's confidence. Like, you gotta have confidence.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, some people will do that and just disappear.
Yeah.
But he was like, bro, I'm about to put it online and show the process.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the confidence. You know, like that's like not everyone can do that.
Yeah. Bro,
you have to be a mastermind.
You know, it's so crazy when he did that, bro, and he came back. I have a screenshot on my phone when I was on FaceTime with him. His head's is swollen. I was like, bro, like, do you need to go to the hospital, bro? Like, what's going on? You have so much fluid up there, bro. Like,
he called me literally right after. I'm like, bro, you don't look right, bro. I thought that was how it was gonna look. I was like, bro, like, I'm never trying to lie to you. Like, stay there, bro. Do not hop on that flight. He's like, nah, they told me it's gonna go down. I was like, bro, like bro, you got something wrong, bro.
The best thing that he would say about him being bald, closest he got to look to LeBron, man. He would tell me, man. That's what he would tell me. He says, the closer I get to look like LeBron, man. So, man, we appreciate you, Don, for definitely letting us know about this video.
Hey, man, I just want to say, for you and Jay, you guys are strong, bro. Like, because for us, we were close to Phil, bro. Like really close. And
But
then
they were really
they've
close.
been close since they were kids, and just seeing what's going on and how they
Bro, they are family game. Like, I like brothers and sisters. You feel me?
are handling it, bro. I just want to say, and I know Jay's not here. He probably needs more time, but he will address you guys when he's ready. So
100%.
just want to say that we appreciate you guys for being strong for it.
And he believed in you, bro. I want to let you know that, bro.
Yeah.
Nah.
You know what I mean? You got to keep doing what you're doing. He always talk about Dom, man, Dom. So I just want to let you know.
That's the first
I know
part
you
of
knew that though.
This is the first one to break out.
I don't need to speak. I don't need to speak for Phil, but I'm just just letting you know.
He knows.
You know this already,
man.
Yeah. So to his fans, man, we definitely appreciate you. We appreciate Dom for letting us down. We're gonna keep this going.
Nah, yeah,
So
appreciate
this is
it,
family
man.
forever, man. Phil brought us from different parts of the world, bro. Like from Africa, from OC, from LA, from East Coast.
Yeah.
And like we all here because of Phil, So it just kind of like this is like our second family away from home.
Yeah.
And that's because of Phil. So we gotta keep this going. Like we can't just let it go to
It's
waste.
so crazy, to be honest, bro. Like Phil was literally the glue for all of us.
All of us, bro.
Like I would not have met Nessie, Tony, or Dom if it wasn't for Phil, bro. Or Izzy. Sorry for that. But I wouldn't have met you guys if it wasn't for Phil, bro.
For sure.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
he brought together all good people, like every single one of y'all, everybody in his circle was all solid.
That boy ain't
people,
miss,
like-
man.
Yeah, he ain't miss, man.
He ain't missed. That boy did. He went 20 for 20.
It's like everyone that we close with, bro. It's like we can depend on each other. Phil was just the fact that he's the one that brought us all together. Like he don't let anyone in the circle. So
Yeah.
if he really likes you and treats you like family, that means like you're a good person. So that's why I think we all gotta keep this going, this bond that we built. We gotta keep it going and keep his legacy going in whatever way we can.
Yeah.
Even if he didn't know you, try to be as respectful as possible.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
But I feel like the people he liked, the people he respected, it was a whole different type of love.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. I know my brother's not here. He's gonna make his own video. Honestly, like out of everyone here, my brother, he was really close. He was Phil's best friend. You know what I'm saying? When I say every day they're on the phone, every day, like it's like
Almost annoying.
yeah,
Every day,
it's
bro.
like it's not like you miss a day. You feel me? It's just like wake up. All right, I'm gonna call Phil. You know what I'm saying? It's not I'm gonna call him.
There's no option, bro.
There's no option. You know what I'm saying? He talked to me. He talked to Phil more than me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know things that was going on in my brother's life, but Phil did. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, it hurts now because it's like now I gotta play that role. You know what I'm saying? Not that it hurts, but it's just like it's kind of feeling different now that. You know what I'm saying? I was so comfortable with Phil just being there for my brother. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really have to worry too much. I would just be like, you know what? Phil got my brother. He's good. You know what I'm saying? My brother don't have to talk to me. This guy, as long as Phil's talking to him. You know what I'm saying? As long as he has someone there for him, my brother's good. So, not having Phil no more, it's I don't even know how my brother's even feeling right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I think he needs more time. Cause
but
they talk every day, bro. Like,
you know what I'm
about
saying?
anything. Like it don't matter if they're on the phone.
Anything. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like my brother does need to have his own time and make his own video. But it'll come out whenever he's ready. But like I said, I appreciate everybody for coming in here. You know what I'm saying? You guys are all close as Phil. I would not, like I said, I would not met none of y'all if it wasn't for Phil. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate that. Y'all like solid. And for everyone watching, I know you guys showing so much support. You guys even text me like, Phil's part of my life too. Let me know the funeral details. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all the support. Phil, it will mean a lot to Phil. You know what I'm saying? So, anyone else? You guys want to say anything? I know you guys are on the side. No. But no, I appreciate it. I suppose what would P2 say when he ends his video?
Hey, what's up, bro? This your boy P2isthename. Y'all call me P2.
That's why I ain't say boy P2isthename, but y'all can call me. Oh, I need
Now that just before we end the video, I just want to say the first time we made the video, like he was so calm, like so we're gonna shoot this video, do this prank, we got this Lambo,
That camera clicked
and then the
on.
camera turns on.
have you ever heard content creators say, comment the word burgers below and I'll send you over something for free? And then when you comment the word burgers, you
I was like, this is a whole new person, but it's like, that's who he was, bro. He just gets it done, bro. It didn't matter.
Even his last video.
I'm gonna say the first day we made a video, like he was so calm, like, yo, so we have to shoot this video, do this prank, you know, we got this Lambo, and then the camera turns on. I was like, this is a whole new person, but it's like, that's who he was, bro. He just gets it done, bro. It didn't matter.
Even his last video when we went to Newport.
With an iPhone.
I didn't even know he was recording. But every time we go out,
you see the camera, and
it don't matter, bro.
I'm like, bro,
it don't not matter where you're at. You be in London, 2 a.m. Hey man, let's just film this real quick, man. You don't make me on vacation.
I'm like, bro, I'm trying to go to sleep.
You like, trying to go to bed.
Like, nah, dog.
Trust me, bro.
He did that for a reason. He left us all with memories.
He knew, like,
things that we can look at. You know
He always thought 5 steps ahead.
Always,
sure.
always,
Yeah,
man. Blueprint, man. So.
He was the head of the snake. You know, I'll tell you that much. And he was a
facilitator.
Yeah, my nigga was a hustler again.
I ain't gone. Like, hey, yo, let's link up. Hey, feel going?
Nah.
I don't know, man. I'm like, alright, man. Yeah, man. That's really who it was to me, bro. Like, if he went and visit Hawkins, I'm gonna be there, bro. Like, respectfully, because our like humor is like the same, bro. Like, things we laugh at, the things we talk about is like the same. So it's like, I know he's always gonna give me a good time when we went out. You know?
Him and Jay, y'all together are like crackheads.
Like whenever we're together, it's OD. It's too much stimulation, bro.
When Tony and P stay together in LA, you know, man, they show me a lot of love. I honestly would sleep. I would stay there and sleep on the couch and live with them.
Anytime, bro.
Yeah, that was probably the craziest year of my life.
The fried rice.
Fried rice every day. Me and P were randomly.
Bro, did anyone cook, bro? Did anyone cook?
Nah, I was cooking them fried rice every day, bro.
Oh my God.
We were thugging it out, bro. We shoot a video all day and then nighttime go to the gym, eat some fried rice and go to sleep.
Spontaneous little trips.
Yeah,
man, spontaneous trips. Me and him one day woke up. He's like, bro, let's go to Palm Springs for the day. We went on little ATVs. Stayed in Palm Springs one night. Went on the golf course at like 2 a.m. to just putt and just do just little kid stuff. It's just like things like that, man. Like you can't, you know, it's just crazy.
He always matched
crazy.
the energy.
The energy was always up there. So just, man, appreciative of everything, man.
He really showed us a different perspective on life.
Always left on a high note.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Always left on a high note.
I'm always happy, man. Like, I think for you guys that obviously didn't see the behind the scenes, his last few days he was happy. He was excited to start his new life.
Happy, man.
So I'm just praying that he wasn't really in pain, but I know he's in a better place.
Yeah.
For sure. Because
Better
that
place,
was just
man.
peaceful for sure.
So we gotta pray for the nigga, man. We gotta pray for that boy to go. Pray for the man, gang. Pray for his soul, G.
We all gained the angel for real.
For real, man.
He's watching.
I can feel his energy. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I feel down, I try to just think of him in the back of my head, like, man, lock in, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So
Get out of it. Anytime you're real.
That's the mindset.
Anytime y'all lack confidence or anything, bro, just think about what he would do. You know, what would P do, bro?
What would
Get a
P
tattoo.
What would P do, man?
What would P do, man?
I'm like Tony said, I'm about to get a tattoo too. I just texted him. I texted him. I was like, yo, you got open spots today, but obviously you can't plan like that. But you know,
Let's get past that.
Long live P2, man.
Long live P2. Keep his name alive. Like I said, he's a legend, man. You can't let legends fall. You know what I'm saying? So keep his name alive.
P2isthename.
P2isthename. # long live P2, man. And appreciate everybody for watching. You got this thing, man.
I'm 26 years old right now, but when I'm older and I have kids one day, I want my kids to be able to talk to me and be like, yo, daddy, I want to live here. And I'll be able to say, oh no, you don't do that. That place is trash.
Yo, bro. Oh my God, this is sad, bro. This is sad.
Say, oh no, you don't do that. That place is trash.
Ooh, I'm gonna just.
That place is trash.
I remember this video game. And this is X for you. Today, my nigga dumb. Easy.